Jim Howard here in Fort Worth, Texas.
Thank you very much for watching.
Hello, Jim Howard here in Fort Worth, Texas. Today's date, it is March 28th of 2022, and it's about 2:30 a.m. in the morning. I'm sure you don't watch every one of my videos, so some of you may have watched where I was screaming and cussing and carrying on about Windows and how it was messed up. Well, it turns out that it wasn't Windows, it was apparently my mouse. Not this mouse, but the other, because this is a new one. This is the Logitech G502, the Hero model. And so anyway, for the last, I don't know how long, too long, I should have figured it out. I complained on here. Nobody ever said, hey, Jim, it could be. Nobody said anything. Which, you know, made me start to think it must be just my problem. But I still, and I did a few things, you know, but still, every time I would touch, like, I'm going to move this up here, I would just come to do this, and as soon as I would touch it, boom, full screen. No matter what, you know, and it was a whole bunch of stuff like that, everything. And so I had, you know, I had the editor, video editor, you know, over here, and I had my you know, files over in a folder over here, and I wanted to pull them over and put them in the video editor. Every time I touched the video, it would start up. And I was just, in fact, I set this Chrome box back up, and I thought, I'm just going to, you know, I'm just going to do stuff over on the Chrome box. But what happened is my ex-wife, she's not in big, she plays like solitary games online where she logs into a site and then she gets so many minutes to play or something for free. She's never going to pay for a program. But she, you know, she can, as long as she keeps playing, she can play this solitaire or some other kind of a game that asks for words or pops up a picture and where is the such, and that's what she plays. Her desk is never organized, and she goes through, I don't know how many mouses, whatever. I mean, it's just, so, and I've given a bunch of them away to people every time my son needs one or whatever, I give them away. But the Logitech mouse, you know, was working good for me. But it turns out the one that was here, which is now over there, but it's not causing any trouble. I bought another one of these. Got it, I think, yesterday or the day before. And I think basically I got it just to have it because I'm going to need it. Somebody's going to need a mouse, and I've got a bunch of them up there. But anyway, so I bought. But then I decided I'm going to hook it up here. And as soon as I hooked it up, no problem dragging anything. No problem. All those problems went away. And I mean, every time I would try to do something, and it's a lot of things that you have to do if you're just, and I would just cuss and all that type of stuff. Anyway, I hooked the new one up that I got, and I put the old one over here. Now the old one over there, as far as I know, is not causing any problems on the Chrome operating system. So it's a mouse. I don't know, I've never run into anything like that before. So I have the new mouse here, and my problems have gone away, and that's so much better. What I did too is I went yesterday down the list of programs that I have installed, and I just deleted a whole bunch of them. A bunch of them were good programs, but I'm not even going to tell you some of the stuff I deleted, because you'd say, why in the world would you delete, that? I just went through and deleted stuff like crazy on the list of uninstalling. I had 2 video editing programs, but both of them ended up being sort of incomplete. And one was, I don't know, version 16 or something. I think the other was the same thing, but I had purchased, I don't know, version 22 of it or something, and it was just partially. I just went through and deleted a whole bunch of stuff. Everything is working okay right now, except I'm sure I'm going to need to do something, and I won't be able to, probably won't be able to do it. I deleted a whole bunch of video editors. And I installed one. Okay, let me move this a little bit so the name will pop up there. Well, it says VideoPad Video Editor, but it's NCH. And I talked about NCH software back years ago, and I liked it. Yet they're in Australia, and they must own 1,000 video programs. I'm talking, editors and that type of stuff. Like I said, they're in Australia, and I'm sure you're familiar with it. Okay, so you get a video editor. Okay, great. Wait a minute, you want to do such and such? Well, you need this other program, which isn't very much money, but you need it to change the file types or whatever. There's just, with this one video editing program, which, let me minimize this and just bring it up here on the screen here. They're calling it, it's NCH as a company. And so this is their video editor. And I'd paid for it in the past. In fact, several times I'd paid for it in the past, because I would go to it and then it'd be, well, there's an upgrade. So I'd pay for the upgrade. And then they had other programs that I paid for. So when I talked about it in the past, years ago, here, or maybe before there was YouTube, I could look up the date. I could go now and look up, because I have it listed, but I don't want, it has the codes. Now, let's see. Anyway, we'll see what happens with it, but I installed this for a video editor, and the other program that I got for it, which I didn't need, and I just a while ago I installed it. and I had purchased it before, but I'm not sure the thing expired, but they told me there was a new version, and I went ahead and paid the $30 for that. And I tried it, and I was going to show it here, but it lets you capture the screen, and I knew, of course, that OBS is the thing that I want to be using. Anyway, what did I oh, there is, let's go to settings and see if I can find it. No, let's go to apps. Now I'm running, what, the beta channel? No. Yeah. I think I'm running the beta channel of Windows 11, and okay, here's what NCH Suite is what the editor, and then here is the video capture software for the same company, NCH, although everything is kind of confusing, because, and that's what makes me think, like I said, they're in Australia, and I have a feeling that what happens if somebody writes a software, comes up with some software programs, that like I have a feeling those people contact these people and say, hey, we will buy this from you. And the people, wow, okay, yeah, you know, for a small amount of money. And then they have it on their list down there, because they have like I said, it seems to me like they must have 1,000 programs. And no matter what you're doing, if you buy the video suite, it's the NCH, if you buy the video, you're going to then want to purchase another, like it should be a part of it. It should be part of the whole, then that should be the whole package. But they're selling it, and then of course they update it, but so what I want, there is a, let's see if I can find it now. By the way, I have paid for Adobe for years, and I just canceled it. I have almost not used anything. They have good products, but the problem with Adobe that I don't like is, and I'm not sure if it's with all their products, but I think it is, you decide that you want, well, say you're signing up like I did. You're signing up for Adobe, and of course I didn't pay attention, I'm sure, but in fact, I know I got screwed in a way, because I've been signed up with them for years and paying every month or whatever it was. And then maybe I let it expire because I just don't use it. I thought I got it, you know. So then I signed up again for it. And then about 6 months through, I thought, I'm not using it. And so I went and said, I want to cancel it. And of course, this automated thing comes back and says, and I forget what the amount was exactly, but it comes back and it says, you know, well, you signed up for a year's purchase. You know, they act like they sent me something, you know, a television set or something or other, and on the agreement that I was going to, you know, and I forget what the amount was, but it was like, well, if you cancel now, it will cost you, you know, $60. So I just went ahead and paid for the rest, almost the entire, and then I thought and last month I think it was, I thought it ought to be, and I went over and the automated thing said, okay, you can cancel, but you will be charged $10, you know, for canceling a month early or something like that, and I paid the $10 happily. Now, the reason you see a bunch of Adobe stuff here is, you know, and of course I go through that thing of, are you sure you want to? We'll give you a discount. We'll do this and that. But then they tell you, oh, okay, you still have, although you're not, paying us, you still have access to Adobe Acrobat DC, Adobe Creative Cloud, Adobe Rush Premiere. Those you have access to free. And I probably could use some of those things, but I went through and cleared out a bunch of stuff. I think I'm going to go through, and I don't want anything to do with the company. They got great products. Now I pay for Microsoft, Office, or the whole package, 360. Well, they've changed the name. They changed the name. I think it's Office 365 or Microsoft 365 or whatever, and you get a whole bunch of products for very little money. I think it's like $16 a month or $18 a month. You get access to all those things. It's a bargain. But anyway, I'm going to go. I don't know. It'd be stupid of me to delete one of these things that are free. Okay, Chip Camp. This is actually a Microsoft Windows product. I think you only see it if you're in the maybe the beta, well, maybe both, maybe the development channel and the whatever. It's a video editor, but it looks, and I just signed up, I just discovered it yesterday or whatever, and I just logged in, I think using my Google account or something, and I logged in just a few minutes ago before I started this video because I knew I was going to show it to you. I want to make sure it was still there and available. But I think I did. I did not log in with Microsoft, the thing. I logged in with, they give you the choice. I logged in with Google. Okay. And it said I was deleted or something then. Okay, almost good to go. Let's see what happens next here. Close the window. Okay. Then, okay, wait a minute. Log into your account. Continue with Google. No, here it is. Okay. The account with this email address has been deleted. Okay, we're going around in circles here. I don't know why. Okay, so I guess I'm not going to be able to show it to you, but they're going to charge for it. But on the other hand, I think some people are thinking that if you are signed up for the Windows, let's see, for Microsoft. I got something in my eye. I shouldn't rub my eyes, especially during the virus. I was kind of worried about that because they were saying, I think that, and I'm somebody always rubbing my eyes. Anyway, when I was able to look at the clip thing, you can, what was it? the video things that are free, okay, there's columns, free. And you can't do a video for the free thing. It's going to have a logo or something on it saying, those type of things. And then the other thing is you can't do like a 1080p video. You can only do a 720 on that. And then, of course, they have the thing. So, of course, it's not out to everybody. It's just in, I think, the beta channel and maybe the dev channel, too. I'm not sure, probably. But I wouldn't want to pay for it until I knew more about it. And it may be that if you are a Microsoft 365 customer and you're paying for all those, that will be something that you get for free. So anyway, if I were, I don't think I'd pay for it now or even try it. It doesn't look also, I don't like those things that they put a logo, what do they call it? They don't call it a logo, but a thing when you, and I usually almost always go ahead and pay. I don't think I've ever run anything. Maybe I did for a day or something. The little advertising thing or something that somebody has. I usually pay. I have paid for so much stuff. Pay for something and only use it one time, I even have the things, well, you can use it fully, for 30 days and whatever. And I usually end up paying, the first day or something. I sound like I have money, but I do not have money. I don't have money because I'm doing stupid stuff like this. Okay, let's go back to apps here. This Avria Media is the camera that I'm using right now. And I think I've mentioned quite often they have an update. And I got where I real often they'll have an update and I just click go ahead and update it. Well, like I said, real often when the thing pops up, that they have an update, and and they say, do you want to install the update? I say no, and the camera doesn't work. So basically every time I have to say yes, I'll do the update. Cool Screen Recorder Lite for Windows 10. Okay, I think I looked at this, and I don't think it was on the list where I could actually, it looks like crap. Okay. Do you know how to use this product? We have prepared a user manual. Would you mind reading it? Later. I don't want to, it doesn't look, encoder, video source, preview. I don't know, it just doesn't look kosher to me. I mean, it just doesn't, okay, nope. Oh, we want to go to apps. Okay, I never use Cortana, but I do use, in fact I have it right here, the Echo device. My son uses it constantly. He's talking to it, just all the time. I think he thinks it's talking back to him, and display link manager. Did I check that out? Or is that? Oh, okay. This is because I've got the wave-linked docking station, which I really like. I still am not able to, for some reason, I can't hook in a monitor to the place on there, and then there's, for the other one it doesn't work. I don't know why. I thought that maybe setting that I shouldn't have, because it was like optional, okay, when I went to their site, I downloaded the driver, which you needed to do, and then they had that, do you want to, do you really want to, and then I ran it, and the only thing it did was basically gave me the opportunity to tell it to use, the two things on the back, and then so still like the wavelength. That's not a problem. Probably that would work for somebody else, and it's not a problem because I can still. I've got these hooked into my computer, and that's fine. Apps. Okay. This is what I was telling you about, the debut video camera software. That's what I paid for, yesterday, and today paid for the now this dual video converter. I think I tried to delete this in the list, and I believe okay, it's FilmForth, a free no watermark video editor. I think I went ahead and checked and didn't like what I saw, but I didn't go into the depth on it. What am I looking for? Oh, apps. Elgato is, the, well, it's a microphone in this case, but then I also have that keypad, which I used only for a couple of days, which I should hook up. I should get that out and hook that up. I've got room on my desk for it, and it might, EM client is my email thing. Right now I have like 4 or 5 email things on here. And Outlook Express, I always loved Outlook Express, but then Outlook Express started not letting me, and we're talking quite a while back, not letting me forward, I think it was forward some messages to somebody. And it would just set up there, as not sending it. And then I continued to pay for it because it was part of Microsoft, package. And then I've used a couple other, email programs. And anyway, I paid for email client, Epson printer and scanner. I don't think I think I'm using a Canon now. I can't tell, it's behind. I've never used Excel ever. Feedback hub, I have no idea what in the world. Pin to start 11. Okay. Pin to taskbar. Feedback hub. Okay, come on. Okay. File Explorer, Film 4th. I really haven't paid a lot of attention to it, but I don't think I like it. You know, it's a film editor. You know, for getting films, videos for ready to go. Okay, Grammarly. I think it's about 100 and it's a spell checker. It's excellent. Now, as part of Microsoft's package, in fact, I think they call it something very similar to that. It's not nearly as good as Grammarly. I've been paying for Grammarly for a long time, and it is, now I think I may have been paying for monthly or something, but then I guess last year I paid for the yearly sum of $120, I think. You have to watch. I think if you go to them and you're going to stop paying for it, I think they offer you a deal. I think I had a couple of those over the years where I got it for less. But anyway, a year or so ago I paid $120 or something. And what I don't like is that I don't remember getting, maybe I did, I don't remember getting an email from them before they just took the money out of the bank. I just, I got a notice. I noticed $120 or something coming out of my bank. And I thought, what in the world is $120 coming in? And that's what it was. If I'm paying, I think they should send you, maybe they did, I don't know. But anyway, their product is excellent. Really excellent, and I need a spell checker. I told you about that time back in the 60s, I think it was. I was putting out a monthly publication, 500 copies, about shortwave radio and DXing and all types of space communications. When Sputnik 1 went up, I think I was the first person to do a space communications column. And I called for, there was especially one club, Newark News Radio Club, that had been around since, I think McConey might have been the first member or something. And the Newark News, part of the paper, sponsored it, I guess. And they were arrogant bastards. They put out a big publication, every month. And they just pretended like none of these other smaller clubs existed. Never mentioned them, whatever. Anyway, I did an editorial in my publication that went out. I was also doing a radio program that was broadcast over shortwave radio to Europe, Africa, and Latin America 2 times a week during a certain season. And then because of propagation conditions and that type of stuff, it was 3 times a week during that season. But anyway, in my publication, I wrote an editorial calling for an association of North American radio clubs that we'd all join together and, share some information and come up with some good, good points. By the way, our club publication was, for the American Shortwave Listeners Club, was World Friendship Through Shortwave Radio. I got contacted by, well, not the president of Hallmark Cards, he didn't contact me personally, his secretary or whatever, called and asked if I would be, they were forming a people-to-people organization because President Eisenhower had made a speech and called for people-to-people contact or whatever, and Joyce Hall, the head of Hallmark Cards, contacted his buddy Eisenhower, President Eisenhower, and said, could I start in Kansas City? And Eisenhower said, sure, and they did. And I was one of the board of, the board of directors, on the board of the directors thing. But there was like 25 of us at the Mulebach Hotel. News media were there to take pictures, all that kind of stuff, and I was like the youngest person there. Everybody else was there in suits and ties, and I was there. I don't think I ever owned a suit in my life. I had a sports coat on, and slacks or whatever. But then later on, and the things that we were doing in shortwave radio and everything, shortwave radio, pen paling, exchanging QSL cards, doing all this kind of stuff, we were actually doing. But then, of course, the People to People organization came up with Sister Cities program all over the world. Whatever city you're in, I bet you have, probably you go to the city hall, you'll see something from another city, and that's your sister city in the other countries and stuff like that. But anyway, after a while, and we did, anyway, after a while I got a phone call saying, we made a mistake having 25 people, or whatever the number was, having 25 people as on the board of directors, that's not good. So we're making a change, and goodbye, basically. They didn't say it that way, but well, anyway, I called for the shortwave clubs to, form together. And the Newark News Radio Club, in their publication, they printed my editorial, the whole page. They printed the thing. And they were so snooty and so arrogant and never mentioned other clubs. Like all the other clubs, they mentioned the other clubs, and they listed the other clubs, hey, so they printed it, and so I looked at the thing, wow, the Newark News Radio Club, they've actually mentioned another club. They mentioned, the American Shortwave Listeners Club and me. And they printed my editorial. And then all over the thing there was SIC, after words, SIC. What in the heck, what, SIC, what in the world is, And I was just sitting there looking at it, what's this SIC? And then I didn't pay a lot of attention. I didn't pay much attention to spelling. I was just trying to get across, Now in my space communications column that I did, I paid attention to every dot, because I had, the perigee and the apogee, and so you could locate it, with your radio and all that kind of. I paid attention to that, but I didn't pay attention to just rambling, which I should have. But so I saw a word. I said, wait a minute, okay, I misspelled that word, but that's not unusual. Well, it's got SIC after it. And I went, okay, wait a minute. This word here is also misspelled. It's got it, spelled incorrectly. Oh, okay. So I guess they had fun with that. The only thing is, the other clubs all formed I forget what they called it, what I called it, and I held the first convention in Kansas City, Missouri, at the Mulebach Hotel, and not many people came, but people came, and a Drake company had just come out with a shortwave receiver where you could actually just tune in the exact frequency. Before that, we had to do all kinds of things to find out what is that frequency, because you were just tuning it like the old type of radios, where a string in there was sliding along. There were things we do. We had crystal calibrators that put out a signal every 100 kilocycles, and then you could figure where the WWV was frequency, and then you could work. And we did things, but Drake came out with a digital readout, and I contacted them, and ask if they'd send one for our convention, and I would, return it. And they sent one, and then I didn't want to return it, so I contacted and said, how much can I buy it for? And so I bought it. That's because of, the spelling. I got on that subject by spelling, right? Okay. Okay, I think I tried to delete, yeah, I did. Movidia Video Suite, I was using, I think, version 18 or 20 or something. When I went through deleting, and anyway, it got these, I paid to upgrade to the thing, and when I paid to upgrade, normally the other one would disappear. Version 16, Suite 16 wouldn't disappear, and there was part of it there, and it made part of the other. And anyway, I just deleted Movidia. That's what I've been using for these videos. Notepad, Adobe Acrobat, that's part of Adobe, and I don't know why. Okay, here's another notification manager for Adobe Creative Cloud. Okay, here's OBS. OneDrive, I hate OneDrive. I need to do away with OneDrive. OneNote Windows 10 on-screen control, what's that for? Okay, on-screen. I think that's for my LG monitors that are extra wide. And that lets me do things, which I never do. Pretty sure that's what that's for. Uninstalled all screen control. I don't think I'll do it because I've got two of the long monitors down there now. I don't think I'm going to be using them, but I've never used 3D Paint. PC Health Check. That must be from my pacemaker and my blood reporting that I pay to. I haven't tested my blood in months and months. In the beginning, I always thought that I would never be able to stick myself, to draw blood. I'd see advertisements and stuff like that, and I would for getting your blood sugar thing or whatever. Of course, some people have to check themselves like before every meal, like 3 times a day or something like that. All I was expected to do was, do it once a day and stick myself, and it wasn't bad really at all. Occasionally, and I usually ended up doing it on, this finger here. Now, generally it didn't even hurt. But then occasionally, I guess there'd be a nerve in there or something, Occasionally I'd go like, ouch, But I haven't checked it, and I should show you, well, the kitchen's a mess. There is 2 birthday cakes in there. My birthday was at 26. Hillary got us one. My ex-wife ordered one, the kind she likes. I don't care for, she likes the one that have all the stuff on top. I just scrape that shit off, But plus we have donuts. She ordered in groceries yesterday, delivered. She ordered in donuts, and then the bag of the white donuts. Some other stuff, Okay, photos, postbox, power. I have no idea what this is. Power automate. Well, whatever it is, it's doing an update. Power automate needs an update. Downloading updates. That little logo looks interesting. I mean, it looks, what is it? By the way, there is a, getting things ready, sign in to Microsoft Power Automate. It's easy, quicker to automate the new intuitive Power Automate. Use pre-built drag and drop actions or record your own flows to replay later. I don't know what that is, and I don't care. I may go back and delete it. Intel Graphics Command Center, Intel Graphics Control Panel, Logitech, Magic. I think that's a Magic Screen Share. I forget what that is. I used to know. Mailbird, another, mail program. Maps, Media Player, Microsoft Edge, Microsoft Store, Microsoft Teams, Microsoft To Do, Microsoft Whiteboard. I've never used I think that's for meetings and stuff. Mixed Reality Portal. I have no idea what that is. Okay, here is Movidia Video Suite 16. I think we just saw okay, let's see if that even exists anymore. I think I deleted it. Capture audio, capture screen. Video, okay, capture screen, capture. I better come back. That looks like it's everything there. Yeah, that looks like all the stuff. Before there was two of these. One, was way out of date. This is Suite 16. I better come back and check this out. Because it's a good video editor. I thought it was messed up. I wonder if somehow when I deleted the stuff it straightened itself out. OpenShot Video Editor. I've never used 3D Paint. Photo Editor, Polar or whatever, that's a good one. I never use it. I almost never use it. Postbox is another mail program. I've got like 3 mail programs running at the same time here, and I need to cut it down to one. Like it used to be, I used Outlook Express all the time. PowerPoint, I've never used PowerPoint. I've seen a lot of people do PowerPoint presentations, and they're great, yeah. Realtek Audio Console. Okay, REC 4th is something to do with video editing or with recording or something. Okay, I don't like this. Screen area, record, something of recording the screen. It just doesn't look like it's complete. Anyway. Let's see, wait a minute. Was there something I wanted to show you that were in these folders that... No, but there's if this looks strange to you, it's because this is from my oh, come on. on. It's not a video. Why doesn't it just open, you know? Okay, video editor. Oh, they're calling that a video editor. Oh, video editor, yeah. Okay, wait a minute. Anyway. Here I was in California. My parents were building Liberty ships during World War II, and I was out riding my tricycle. I told you this before. I don't think a fan of this system made these, and that beginning that you all seem to like, you know, he made that for me. But anyway, I wasn't paying much attention, and he sent, you know, these two, you know, these, or some more. I mean, there's someplace here. Well, this one down here that's sideways. Let's see if I can have something to pop up. Oh, rotate. Here we go. Rotate left. There. Okay. Now, do I have to save it? I don't think so. I think it took care of that. Okay. Oh, anyway, he sent these, you know, he sent the thing that he made, and he sent this, one of these are identical, I think, and a few others. And so I was doing it real, you know, that's my excuse. And I thought, God, these guys who, you know, have toupees or wigs or whatever, do they realize how, look at this stupid guy. And then I went and looked at some other stuff, I guess, that he did, and then I came back and, oh my God, that's me. You know, that he added a wig to, you know. Truman Station. I mean, Union Station in Kansas City, Missouri. Anyway, it's time to bring this to an end. This is about an hour, so I'm sorry. And do I need to put some links to something? I'll figure out what it was and put them, you know, below. Thank you very much for watching.